of mistakes.
And thank you for your patience. I'm back. What I use for dotting tools are actually nail polish spotters. They come in a multi-pack with different sizes from the tiny to the huge, and I really like them. They're so convenient. They make it so easy. I like big dots. They stand out. That is not historically accurate. Historically, tiny dots would have been used. However, being creative, I'm going to prepare big dots. So my white has already been watered down. I need to make sure that it coats the dotting tool fully and doesn't wet off. If it runs, if it creeps back, that means that it's too watery. If it's the right thickness, it should stick. So this looks okay to me. So now I'm going to do dot. Dot. And it's better to re-wet your dotting tool between each spot with paint so that they're all the same size. If you just go do a second one, it'll be a smaller size. But you can see how easy this tool makes it. I always dot the partials if it looks like it'll fit. Okay, and maybe this one needs a bit of dot. So that is the detailing part of painting a Kingdom Charter. What are the final steps? The final steps are making sure there isn't paint outside of the lines, which you now know how to fix. And you might need to fix the lines if paint has gotten on the lines. For that, you can use either a Micron pen, which is archival quality felt tip pen of various widths. For this design, I would recommend the finest one that I was able to find, the 005, and just carefully draw over all of the outlines where paint creeped over onto the line. Or you can use a brush and black gouache paint, which will make thicker lines, but if you're consistent and do it everywhere, it'll make the whole design look bolder. And what I always do on these diapering or tiling patterns is I always go in with a black brush, with a brush with black gouache, and do lines just to make the design stand out a little bit more. So let's find the black in this set. That's not black. That's not black. There, the black. And black. Just gonna put a little in a well. Just a tiny amount. I just put a small amount. And get my liner brush ready, cleaned. And let's see how this goes. there. You can see how doing those lines really crisps things up. That is your last step in painting kingdom charters, making sure everything looks crisp. So the final thoughts of tonight's class are, well, I've shown you pretty much everything except how do I clean the brushes? Well, that's what I'm going to show now. As you can see, I like to use soapy water. I find it helps a little bit. So I rinse in the soapy water, and then I go to the paper towel, and I don't smash down. Never smash your brushes straight down and grind. That will wreck your brushes. Instead, get the wet brush and make contact with the paper towel and gently draw it along the paper towel in the direction that the bristles are applied. This will gently lift off any paint that's in there, gently. And if you're finding you have a lot of paint stuck at the ferrule, you can gently roll. Gently roll it damp until you see that no more paint is coming off. So now that you have a clean brush, the bristles might be all splayed out. What I do, which is okay for a clean brush, but not for a brush that's been used with toxic paints, is I put a bit of spit on my hand and then just kind of run the spit along the bristles, maybe twisting a little bit to get them to all come together nicely. I don't recommend this if you're using paint that's toxic, such as, what's that one, cadmiums. Don't do this with cadmiums. They're still toxic. Instead, I recommend getting a little drop of gum arabic and instead using the gum arabic. You don't even need to use your fingers, just run it gently through the gum arabic, or use a paper towel, foil, something like that. Don't make contact of the cadmium with your skin. If you do, wash your hands immediately. Another option I heard is to gently run your brush along soap scum from the bottom of your soap container if you use bar soap. That will also work to keep the brush head nice and neat until the next use. So I think we've covered everything. Thank you. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments.
Any questions before I stop recording? Okay,